Today we are going to be live with a very special guest. His name is Abhishek Jain. Last year, in his very first attempt, he managed to score All India rank 111 in 2018. And this year, that is the 2019 Civil Services examination, he secured All India rank 24th in his second attempt. He's a commerce graduate from Delhi University, Hansraj College. So, fellow Hansraj Collegeites, please be very connected and happy. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm very well. I just gave your introduction to our viewers. So,
Okay.
first attempt, All India rank 111, and second attempt, All India rank 24. What must that feel like?
That actually feels good. But again,
And your
the responsibility
yes,
that lies ahead is also makes us feel more responsible, more dedicated to the society.
yes, that's true. That's very true. I did read somewhere that your grandfather and your mamaji, they inspired you to be a civil servant. So is that true? And how did you come to this decision of giving this examination?
Yeah, so my grandfather was in government service and he actually had
Okay.
worked under several IS officers. So he used to
Right.
tell me that, IS, so many people come to meet those officers, they resolve so many problems in just a single day. So
That's
he
true.
inspired me to do that. Similarly, my mama ji and even my parents, because I was in my graduation when I decided that I wanted to do this just out of my graduation. So that's
Right.
considered a bit risky without any backup option.
Hmm.
So my parents, they really supported me in every decision that I made, and they showed complete
Okay.
trust in me. So that whole thing that really inspired me a lot.
Right. So family was a huge support for you, basically.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
And apart from family and people from this stream, who are the personalities and who are the people from other streams that inspire you in life to do better? Not just academically, but in other ways as well.
Uh, my main source of inspiration has been Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir.
Wow.
Yeah,
Right.
so he has
That's
been the
true.
guiding light. I mean, even as the president, he was such a humble personality. I mean, I just respect him a lot.
Right. And very honest as well.
Yeah,
Right. According to me, for this examination, I think the completion of syllabus is a very important aspect as well as a bone of contention for most of the aspirants because the syllabus never really gets finished. What was your strategy that you formed in the beginning of your preparation to finish the syllabus, let's say, approximately finish the syllabus, let's say 2 months prior to the preliminary examination?
yeah. So initially, you should have the all the three plans. That is a long-term plan, a medium-term plan, and a short-term plan. So for
Right.
me, first I made a long-term target that basically around 2-3 months before prelims exam, I will majorly complete the syllabus of all the subjects. Right. Once I
Right.
make this long term target, I will start making medium term targets. Like in this month, I will be completing this. By the end of next month, I will be completing this. Once I
Hmm.
make those targets, then I'll make short term targets, which can be your daily targets, weekly targets, like that. So this brings in
Right.
synchronization in your preparation. Similarly, you should not avoid revision during this time. So completion of syllabus is very important, but revision is even more important, right?
Hmm.
So you need to dedicate time along with completing the syllabus. You need to start revising also. So every
Right.
week you can take out 1-2 days for revision. That is also very important.
Hmm. That's true. But when we start preparing, we always go for the cost benefit analysis of things. Ki suppose art and culture से थोड़े चार पांच questions आ गए, so you can dedicate a little bit less time to it and all of that. So, what were the areas or the let's say the subjects that you thought were like could be given a little less time than the other main subjects from which questions are asked?
Yes. So, as you said, cost benefit analysis. I think that every aspirant should do that, right? And how should we do that? It should be based upon previous year question papers. We should look at the trend and then do this cost benefit analysis and decide how much time we need to dedicate to each part. So for
Right.
me, I did not cover medieval history much. Right.
Okay.
I did not cover core geography much for prelims because in prelims I found out that map questions were a lot in numbers, so I dedicated more time for map work and more time for Indian geography rather than physical geography.
Right.
Apart from it, I dedicated very limited time to ancient history. I dedicated more time to art and culture part, like architectural, paintings, because questions were asked more from these areas, especially Jainism, Buddhism, architecture. So
Right.
likewise, you need to dedicate that. Similarly, within subjects also you need to do that. So if we are talking about polity, we know that from fundamental rights and directive principles, question is bound to come either in prelims or mains, right? But from smaller areas, I did not dedicate much time there.
Okay. Right. When we talk about notes making, so I think that is also a very important aspect because you need those notes for your revision finally. How did you go about that, the notes making procedure?
So I did not make notes for every subject. For example, for
Okay.
polity, I did not make notes because I found Lakshmikant to be a note in itself. Right.
Right.
So, but for some other areas which are not being covered by these books, I did make notes. For example, there is an area in mains governance aspects. So that is not covered very well in Lakshmikant. So for that, I made notes. Similarly, for
Okay.
GS paper 4, I made notes of definitions and examples.
Right.
Similarly, for GS paper 3, there are areas such as food processing industry, you know, certain areas like public distribution system. For all these,
Right.
I made notes. But for core aspects, which are easily covered in the books, I did not make notes.
What about current affairs?
So
The
for current
notes that
affairs,
you.
yeah. So for current affairs, what I did is I believe that my books should be very very limited. My sources should be limited at the time of revision. So I took up a monthly coaching that compilation of monthly current affairs.
Right.
Now, if we are doing say 13, 14 months of current affairs before prelims, so even if I have to make a note, I'll not make any separate note. I'll just take a sticky note or maybe a paper, jot down anything which I find important and put it in the book itself, that monthly compilation itself.
Right.
So that my notes are concise. At the end of the day, I mean, just before prelims, I know that these 14 books are there which I need to do for current affairs. That's it. And for newspapers, you don't need. I did not make notes daily out of newspapers because most of that will be covered in the monthly compilation. However, I used
Exactly.
to jot down the committee reports. For example, if the newspaper names certain committee, I will jot it down there. Any key terms which they are telling or any factual information which they are giving, I used to
Right.
jot down that only. Otherwise, I did not make the complete notes out of the newspaper and all.
Okay. So basically, you sieved out whatever was important for you in the notes that
Yeah,
you did make.
yeah.
Okay. What about answer writing? Because it's a very dicey subject. Everybody is like, you have to join a test series. Somebody says that you right away join a test series. Some people say that after prelims you join a test series, and some people say don't join a test series and practice answers. So, what was your take on it? And from when did you start practicing the answers?
So I started practicing answers around 3 months after starting my preparation. So any you can first of all you should start from previous year question papers. Take any question out of the previous year question papers and start doing it. Right.
Right.
In answer writing, you should not focus only upon content or presentation. You should focus on
Okay.
both. I found out that giving equal weightage to both content as well as presentation fetched me very good marks in GS.
Right.
Similarly, while you are practicing answers, suppose you write a brilliant answer in 20 minutes. It is of no use because in UPSC you will get only 7 to 8 minutes to write an answer. So you
Right.
need to have a stopwatch, and within that limited time, you should start writing those answers. Initially, it might take you 12 minutes, 15 minutes, but gradually it will come down to that target time of yours.
Right.
Regarding test series, I joined a test series after my prelims, but I
Okay.
wrote a lot of tests. That I believe that test series is very important.
Right. So right after the preliminary exams, you did join the test series, and for the optional as well.
Yes, yes. Because
Okay.
even if I'm not clearing the prelims, that test series is going to help me in the next attempt, right? So just after
Right.
prelims, you should join, or even you can, if you have the confidence, you can join even before prelims also. Test
Okay.
series is always beneficial.
Right. Right. The ratio of the people who clear the percentage of the people who clear this examination is very less, and everybody is working hard. A lot of people are working hard. So, why do you think? What qualities did you have? What did you do so that you were able to clear the exam in your very first attempt?
So I did certain basic things which everyone knows but does not do.
Okay.
So, for example, I focused upon revision a lot. I revised multiple times.
Right.
Secondly, I used limited sources. So for polity, core polity, I will do only Lakshmikant. I will not refer to multiple books out of that for that.
Hmm.
Thirdly, I uh, I went through all the previous year. I mean, 10 to 15 years of previous year question papers for prelims as well as mains, and my
Right.
strategy was built upon that. That which are the important areas, what kind of questions UPSC is asking. For mains also, I used to solve previous year question papers within 3 hours.
Okay.
So I've really focused upon previous year papers. Fourthly, test series and answer writing practice.
That's
So
true.
usually when we start answer writing, there is a lot of inhibition. If we
Hmm.
overcome that scare, that answer acha nahi hoga, it's fine. Initially, the answers will not be good. But
Right.
if we overcome that inhibition and start writing those answers, start completing those tests within 3 hours, that is going to put us on an advantage.
Hmm.
Apart from that, in my answer writing also, I focused upon both content as well as presentation. So
Right.
I found out that both of them are very important. People usually either focus upon only the content or the presentation, but
Right.
both should be given equal weightage. So I think that these things help me a lot.
Okay. Uh, UPSC is a very tiresome and patience requiring procedure because it goes on for 2 years approximately, even for somebody who clears the first time. How did you unwind yourself? Like, did you take some breaks during the course of the preparation, or what did you do to unwind yourself and reduce the pressure?
Yes, so as you said, it is a very tiresome preparation, and since it's a very long exam, even after prelims, you are not there. After prelims, also it takes around 1 year, right?
Right.
So for me, I dedicated 1 hour daily for myself. So in that one
Okay.
hour, I'll do anything that I like. I'll listen to
Hmm.
music, go out and play badminton, watch any TV series, and during that 1 hour, I'll not think about studying anything. I'll
Okay.
completely forget about my studies and just unwind myself. So I think that sustainable study is very important in this. If we are just
Right.
overburdening ourselves, then we'll not be able to continue that sustainable study.
Hmm.
And regularity also is very important in this. So you need to take time out to unwind yourself. That's also very
Right.
important.
That's true. Coming to the last question of the session, the examination for 2021 is going to be on the 26th of June. Approximately 10 months are there. Pretty decent time to touch the syllabus and give the examination. So, what will be your message for somebody who's going to, let's say, start the preparation tomorrow, who has those 10 months to give the examination? What would you want to tell them?
First of all, trust yourself. That self trust is very, very important.
Hmm.
Secondly, limit your sources. Don't run after so many sources that इस चीज की मैं 5 जगह से पढ़ लेता हूँ ये चीज. That is going to ruin your time, waste your time.
Right.
Thirdly, again, as I said earlier, practice as much as you can that test, because what we do is we acquire so much knowledge, but we do not learn to apply it in prelims
Right.
format, in mains format. right? So you need to do that too. Fourthly, unwind yourself, as we talked about it earlier. It's a very long journey. Don't think of it as it's just 10 months, because after prelims also there will be 10, 12 months ahead for you.
Right.
So think it as a long marathon, right? And just keep unwinding yourself in between. Make a balance in your preparatory life and your personal life, and revise again and again till the end. As much revision as you can, it will really help you out in the final exam.
Right, right. That's true. Practice does really make a man or a woman perfect.
Yeah,
Um, Thank you so much, sir, for taking out time from your really busy schedule and giving us this important piece of information regarding the exam. And I think we really did broadly touch all the aspects of the exam. So thank you so much, and it was lovely talking to you.
thank you. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.